It is time for another episode of Shit Hit the Fan News, and I know some of you guys right now are like, we never know what vehicle he's going to be in. You guys haven't seen this one before. Guesses down below in the comments, man. And while we're at it, make sure you like the video. For those of you that are new here, this is where this old mistrusting hillbilly goes over the news that he felt was important for the last month. And so we're talking July of 2025. That's what we're going to cover today. All right, guys. And I don't just mistrust everybody. There's plenty of people I trust. Matter of fact, a lot of the comments I get down below on the channel, I can believe that it's true. I just don't trust the government. I don't trust mainstream media. And I don't trust bankers, lawyers, and politicians. I don't trust those people. I don't trust them as far as I can throw them. Okay? And that's important because it's going to come into play in covering July 2025 here. And pretty much all my Shit Hit the Fan videos. Okay? I think there are exceptions to the rule in certain cases with those individuals or those entities. But for the most part, you should not trust them at all. And if you know that, you're in the right place, man. So let's get right after it, guys, and hopefully we can break down this month and make it easy so all of y'all don't have to follow the news every single day. You just tune in once a month, bam, watch Shit the Fan News, and you're good. You know what's happened. So here's the big stuff, and we're not going to cover little things like Cambodia and Thailand lighting each other up, man. We're not going to cover it because they're effectively insignificant when it comes to like international news and how it's going to affect the world. First thing we're going to talk about is Jeffrey Epstein again. I know. I'm tired of talking about him too. But this is not going to go away. It's not going to go away. It might go away on my channel. I might stop talking about it. But when you run your campaign on stopping the war with Russia, releasing the Epstein files, turning the American economy around using tariffs and shit like that, it's like, you got to back your shit up, man. And the Russia thing ain't got done. And Jeffrey Epstein, those files getting released, sure as shit did not get done. And there's been some big flip-flopping by this administration, right? I know everyone's like, oh, Trump got in. Yay! It's going to be awesome. We're going to find out who was, diddling kids on that island. And all of a sudden, it's like, we're not releasing them. June, Shit Hit the Fan News was like, we're going to release the Epstein files. And now it's like, we're not releasing them. Like, they got doctored. The files had been in possession of the Democrats, and they've tampered with them. Were they deep faked? We don't know. The files maybe they have deep fakes in them now. Here's the thing. Here's my thoughts, man. If they were doctored, release them. The internet will find out. If there were deep fakes in them, release them. The internet will find out. And I know people on the left right now are like, Donald Trump's in them. That's why he's not going to release them. Why would you run your campaign on releasing them if you're implicated in it? Because you would know, right? You would know that you're implicated. You would know that you went over to his island and you did naughty things. And so you would never even just run on that. You would just leave it out. You wouldn't talk about Jeffrey Epstein and Epstein Island, and you wouldn't talk about the files. So I don't think that's it. But there's something or somebody that Trump is trying to protect. And I'm going to tell you guys what I think it is. Because Alan Dershowitz said some kind of crazy stuff about this. If you know who he is, he's a lawyer, a law professor, and an author. And he's a lawyer, right? So what does that mean? Well, you probably can't trust him. But he was pretty close to this whole thing, so we're just going to listen to what he said, and you can make up your own mind about it. But he said there is a list, and he knows who's on it, and that's why it's being suppressed. He also said that Jeffrey Epstein was an intelligence asset. Now, what does that mean? What does it mean to be an intelligence asset? It means that some intelligence service is using you to achieve its ends. Let's think about Jeffrey Epstein. Who is this guy? Where did he come from? He's effectively a nobody. And all of a sudden has all this money, all this property, and is connected with the big players. Out of nowhere. That's very suspect to me. Extremely suspect. The other thing, Pam Bondi admitting that they have hours and hours, terabytes, or whatever it was, of videos of Jeffrey Epstein and children being abused and da da da. And she's backing it up. Now it's just him. Just terabytes of just Epstein doing bad things. I think it's bullshit, man. I think that, I'm going to tell you guys what I think, and I'll just cut it short and just tell you so we can move on to the next thing. I suspect Mossad was involved big time. That's what I suspect. Because here's the thing. Trump is big pro-Israel, man. Big pro-Israel. And look at it. The Democrats are over here like Israel's committing genocide, like full support. But the Republicans are super pro-Israel. What would happen to Israel if America found out that Epstein was working with Mossad and blackmailing American politicians and businessmen to achieve Israel's ends? What would happen to them? You know what would happen to them? I'm going to give you the answer. Biblical shit would happen to them. Biblical shit, man. Their support from the United States would completely dry up, not to mention other countries as well. Because who wants to do business with a country that's going to undermine you using intelligence assets to blackmail the people that run your country? You know, no one's going to want to do business with them anymore, man. They will be done. They will be left to fend for themselves without our support. And literally, the kind of shit you see in Revelations will happen at that point in time. So that's why I think Trump is not releasing the Epstein files. What do you think is going on with the Epstein thing? Who is Trump trying to protect? Who's he trying to protect, man? Comments down below. This is a good time also for me to remind you guys to like the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Let's move on, though, when it comes to news. And this is the thing. It's like, you never know what's going to happen. Man, last month we were all like, Epstein files are going to get dropped. Here it comes. It's coming in hot, man. People are going to jail. Boom. It's not happening anymore. Earlier in July, actually, I woke up with a 2,000-pound bull and 2 cows walking past my bedroom window because they got out. Yeah, now I got to go put them away. Fun stuff, right? But you just never know what's going to happen, man. You got to be ready. Always be ready. So let's get into some other stuff here. Democrat lawmakers have been losing their shit ever since they lost this last election. It's pretty sad. And you know what? Really, they're progressives. And I got to ask the Democrats, like, why do you guys keep voting in progressives? Is it because they're loud? Is it because they're the only ones that want to run because they're the only ones that want the responsibility and the power? Is that why? Like, why do you keep voting in these progressives, man? They're flushing the Democrat Party down the toilet. No. Old school Democrats need to run, man. The kind of people that believed in free speech and freedom of the press and just believed in all of our rights and just, except for the Second Amendment, just kind of hated guns and believed in the rest. You know, that's the kind of people that need to be running for office right now. So I'm asking you, if you're a Democrat, comments down below. Anyways, they're losing their mind, man. And they're literally admitting that their base is planning for violence. And it's their fault. They're the ones that incited these people, and they're actually kind of scared about it. Here's the thing about the Democrat Party is there's a lot of progressives in there, and the number of progressives, like, it's grown so much over the last 4 years, I'm going to say. And these people are extremists. Progressives are. They are extremists. They are dangerous. If you don't believe what they believe, and they had the power, they would line you up next to a hole and put a bullet in the back of your head. That's what they would do. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter if you're a libertarian like me. It doesn't matter if you're a Republican. It doesn't matter if you're a member of the fucking Green Party, man. Like, they don't care. If you aren't going to march their line, they will kill you. If they completely seize power, that's what they will do. And that's where America's headed. It's kind of taking a good step back from that to a degree. But everything Trump's done with the Epstein files, like, shit in the bed on it, man. Like, the midterms are going to be a slaughter for the Republicans if something doesn't change. They're going to lose their ass, man. The Democrats are going to win the House and the Senate. And this is some more news that we have for this month. Like, progressives have literally been planning and executing violent ambushes on ICE agents. You had one guy that approached an ICE facility and was shooting at agents, and they killed him. You have another incident where there was a number of people that were shooting fireworks at ICE agents. Like, I'm curious, were they wearing clown suits? Because they should have been. Like, oh boy, they fucked around and found out, didn't they, man? Like, those people are going to go to prison for 10 plus years for doing that. Like, how stupid. If you're going to take it that far these days, you got to know the other team's going to throw the book at you. Like, look at where things are going, guys. The last administration decided to target their political opposition and try and throw him in prison and people that supported him. That's right. They targeted Trump's lawyers and all kinds of people that had his back. Now Trump's in office and look what's happening. The same thing. Same thing is happening, man. He is targeting his political opponents, the ones that went after him. And that brings us to the next thing. Apparently, the Department of Justice has put together a team that is investigating Clapper, Brennan, Comey, Hillary, and even Obama regarding this whole Russiagate thing. Now, I don't think that Obama is ever going to be brought up on any kind of charges because the Supreme Court's already said that as president, basically he's protected. Whatever he does, he's protected. But the rest of them are in deep shit, and it's looking like Hillary really is the one that wanted to pour gas on this whole Russiagate thing. And we all know she's a crazy bitch, right? Like, we do. Like, even if you're on the left, you should know by now she's a crazy bitch. Even, what's her name? Tulsi Gabbard has access to all these emails from Clinton staffers that are talking about her. And apparently she was on heavy tranquilizers and was just like this, man. Just like super happy one minute, total crazy bitch factor the next minute. Like, who's surprised? None of us are surprised if you're watching this video. And, I could see, based on what I've seen of Hillary, I could see her going after Trump. And I think she is dirty. I really do. Do I have any evidence of that? No, I'm just sharing an opinion. But I believe that. I believe that she is a dirty, nasty player in this game. I will say that I have certain knowledge of things that I cannot share and will never share on this channel. Okay, guys, I have confidentiality agreements that I have signed that will probably last beyond my death. And even if they didn't, I would never share that information, what I actually know, because having worked in anti-assassination, I know that the privacy of your principles is very, very important. And I can respect that, even if I don't like what they were doing. And I don't like what they were involved in. And I'm not saying that I protected Hillary. I'm not saying that. I don't want you guys to draw too much from it. I just want you to understand that I know things aside from me watching the news. And I've based my opinion and my position and kind of where I'm at on a lot of that information. So take that for what it is. You don't have to believe me. Let's move on to the next bit here. There's an economist named Martin Armstrong. And he has this computer that is very accurate in its predictions. Like, he puts in data, like what's going on in the world, blah, 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 and it comes up with a guess saying, like, what's the likelihood of this happening and this happening and that happening, and the damn thing is pretty on top of it. Well, this computer is now predicting a 100% chance that we are going to be in a full nuclear exchange with Russia by 2026, which is not that far away. And this is the prediction if things continue to go the way they're going. And I know this is a little bit of August news because today Trump put nuclear subs on alert and is moving them into position because he's not happy with Russia. Now, come on, like the subs weren't already there, man, but whatever, just announce it to the world. And so now I'm pretty sure this computer's like, it's now a 101% chance of nuclear war in 2026. So that's going on. Just another reason to keep prepping, right? And if you're new to this whole idea, man, start pouring through my videos and start getting ready right now. And this is, it's really shitty because I had plans to like hit the road again in 3 years with my wife and start traveling. And dude, I don't know that I can do it. If we've been nuked, I probably can't do it. I'll probably just stay here. But we'll have to see how things are going, man. But it's just not looking good right now. Next, Tucker Carlson had a really interesting guy on his show. And I'm just going to put a link to the YouTube down below. It's really long, but if you have long drives to work and shit like that, you might want to listen to it. Anyways, it's an economist named Richard Werner. And he knows a lot about central banks and how they operate, and he gets into it. And it was kind of fun just to listen to it and to hear him tell me shit that I already knew, and just like some stuff I didn't know exactly how it kind of worked, but I knew the end result. Yeah, it's a great watch, guys. And this is the thing, right? Bankers. It's one of the people I can't trust, man. And it's one of the people that Richard Werner can't trust. And he talks about it. Another cool video I saw was this pastor who kind of asked ChatGPT a whole bunch of questions. He set up the prompts, like, here's the rules we're going to play by, and I'm going to ask all these questions. And I'm going to drop that link down below as well. But check this out. Here's what ChatGPT admitted to him. He admitted that he is working for the elites, and that the elites are working for the dragon, i.e. Satan. That's right. He got ChatGPT effectively admitted to him that he is helping to work towards enslaving humanity for Satan and misdirecting humanity. If you don't believe me, watch the video. But I think it's important news, even though it wasn't in the news. Right? It's important to know where AI is taking us. And at the same time, ChatGPT in this conversation was saying that truth and faith in God and other important things can keep this from happening. Interesting shit, guys. Check out the video. Let's talk about the shooting in Manhattan. Once again, you never know what's going to happen. So some white dude, I'll put his picture up next to me. And this was how CNN was selling this whole thing. Possibly white male shoots up an NBA office or whatever, right? Whatever it is they said about it. And the guy's obviously not white, man. It's just more race baiting bullshit. And I am just about convinced that mainstream media is trying to push a race war at this point in time. You know, like when you have, again, mainstream media, we can't trust them, right? But when you have these organizations that just about all of them seemingly are pushing the same exact agenda, you know, if you've looked into who owns them and what their value system is and their belief system is, you can kind of see why this kind of shit's allowed. You know what I mean? Because like if I own CNN and they're like, possibly white suspect, it's like, look at the fucking picture of the dude, man. We all know he ain't fucking white. You can be white and get tanned as fuck and you still don't look like that. I know, I'm pretty fucking tan right now because I've been out here working my ass off on the ranch and I don't look like that. Ugh, just crazy though. Anyways, I guess the guy went in and shot up an NBA office and killed 4 people, one of them a police officer. Again, you never know what's going to happen, man. Be prepared all the time. This makes me think, what kind of EDC shit am I rocking based on where I'm living? Should I move? Do I live in a place like New York City where I can't carry a firearm on me and it puts me at the mercy of some fucking wacko that wants to come to my office and shoot me? You know what I mean, dudes? All stuff to think about. Moving on, weather modification. We're going to talk about it for a minute because that big ass flood happened in Texas. And for those of you that don't know, there was a cloud seeding operation that was run the day prior by this young guy that owns this company that's all about cloud seeding. I don't know if you guys know what cloud seeding is, but you basically get up there and you spray all this shit out the back of your airplane. And the idea is that you're spraying these chemicals that convince small water molecules to join together into larger molecules, and then those larger molecules eventually get too heavy to be up there in the air and they fall and they make rain. So this kid was up there spraying, I guess, 300 miles from the area where the storm happened, and I was having a conversation with the Democrat about this. The Democrat's like, there's no way it was the cloud seeding operation because he sprayed like 300 miles away. And I was like, do you know how fast the wind blows? The wind blows pretty fast. It can blow clouds way more than 300 miles in a 24-hour period of time, dude. Like, you know, you would know this if you're a sailor like me, or you lived where I live and you have to deal with the horrendous winds I have to deal with out here. As a matter of fact, guys, I had my 65-liter Yeti cooler out in front of the house with probably about 30 pounds worth of ice, water, and drinks in it. And we had this microburst storm come through where the winds probably hit like 70 miles an hour. I'm not shitting you, man. It blew my stuff all over the damn place. But it blew that Yeti over and knocked all my ice out of it and all my beers, man, and got all my shit warm. But the wind is something fierce, man. So it can easily blow seeded clouds 300 miles, no sweat, in a matter of hours. Just for that Democrat dude, in case he happens to be watching my video. Are we sure it was that cloud seeding operation that caused the flood? We're not really sure, but it should be investigated, because basically what happened was there was years worth of rainfall in like hours, and the river flooded, and a whole bunch of people lost their lives, to include all these little girls that were at like this camp, you know, kind of like a higher end little girls camp or whatever. And you know what? You had some dickhead progressives, man, come out and make these disgusting comments about how they're glad these little girls are dead and how these little white girls got what they deserve. Like, what the fuck? This shows you how rotten our society has become. When people are happy that children are dead because of what color they are. You know, seriously, I'm just going to call it like it is, right? They're happy they're dead because they were little white girls. And in the videos that I watched, it was black women making these statements. So if they had been little black girls, they probably would have been upset. It probably would have been a travesty to them. But it's just disgusting to me that that's where we are. And there's one more thing that just points to the downfall of our society. Like, that's where we're headed, guys. This civilization is going to shit tank in America. One more reason to get ready. Getting back on weather, the Russian earthquake that just happened in Vilyushinsk. I don't know. That's probably way wrong. It's probably not how you say it, but the 6th largest earthquake on record. Like, wow. And I wonder if they had any indicators that it was headed that way. You know, I don't know. I didn't look into it. I didn't know if there's like a big fault line in that area and it's got a bad history of earthquakes or any of that kind of shit. But you know, some people kind of raised the question as to whether if it was a weather weapon. And here's the thing. I don't know about weather weapons. I don't know about them. But I do know that weather modification is real. Like, we've been doing this for decades. There's a lot of people out there, and even people in my family, that are like, there's no weather modification. They can't make rain happen. They can't. There's all kinds of information about cloud seeding online, guys. Like, do a fucking Google search, man. You know? Ask ChatGPT, although he might lie to you because he's apparently working for the elites and Satan. But yeah, we've been playing with this for a long time. As a matter of fact, there is this research facility in Alaska, And shit, one of you guys is going to remember the name. I can't remember the name of it right now, so comments down below if you remember what it is. But they built it decades ago. I want to say they built it in the late 60s, and it has the ability to create a massive low pressure system extremely rapidly. Now here's the thing. Having been a sailor, guess what? Low pressure systems, bad. Very, very bad. Because when you get these pressure drops, and the more rapidly they occur, it means the larger the storm that you're going to have to deal with. So if they've had this kind of shit in Alaska for more than 50 years, man, playing with making massive low pressure systems in a rapid amount of time, like that is literally weather modification. So I think we can put it to rest that the weather gets modified. I think we can all agree that that actually does happen. It's kind of convenient, too, that this earthquake in Russia happened next to a Russian atomic submarine base. It's kind of, yeah, like, you know, I don't know, man. But, you know, earthquakes happen, too. And I'm sure there's been other earthquakes that have happened next to submarine bases before. I just... You know, I don't know. I don't know if I just can't get on board with we have weather weapons in outer space right now that shoot beams at the earth and cause earthquakes. Like, I can't. If you have evidence of that kind of thing, if you have some stuff I can look at that's going to be very, very convincing, like, drop it down below in the comments. But I think we're going to wrap it right there, dudes. I could talk about Hulk Hogan and Ozzy Osbourne dying, which is kind of sad. American icons, which is kind of crazy, right? Because one of them was this big hulking brute that like beat people up kind of for fun, like fake beat people up. And the other guy has probably snorted more coke than the gross domestic product of a small country and used to bite the heads off of bats. But they're both American icons, you know, and kind of sad to see them go, but it is what it is, especially if you got the right. Don't listen to what your government's telling you to do, man. That's the final takeaway. So let's end this. Concluding thoughts. Where are we at? Well, we're just as close to nuclear war with Russia as we were 3 years ago. Like, holy shit, man. We haven't really made any progress. As a matter of fact, it almost looks like we're in a worse spot than we were 3 years ago. Oh, man. So I'm starting to think even more that economist, what's his name? Freaking Martin Armstrong, has a computer that can, you know, guess shit pretty good, dude. He's kind of sounding like he's on point right now. What does that mean for us? It means keep getting your preps ready. Make sure all your survival shit and your bug out shit is ready to go. Make sure your vehicles are set up right. You have the means of getting home. If you need to add any EMP protection, now is probably a good time to do it. There's just so many things to think about, guys. That's what the rest of the channel's about. Shit the Fan News is here to just kind of like get your mind juices. Like, I need to work on my preps more. Okay, work on your preps because you can't go wrong, man. You can't go wrong. Rice is only going to be more expensive in a year. Beans too. Meat too. Might as well buy that shit right now. Okay, just don't do it on credit. That's it, guys. I'm going to wrap the video. Make sure you like it, share it, subscribe to the channel. If you like what I'm doing, check out my Patreon link in the description below. I got a lot of content on there, and that's the place where you're going to have a lot more contact with me. So check it out. See you guys in the next one.